no matter where you are in the world. CSL Dallas is here as your spiritual home. As a reminder, every day is a day for transformation, spiritual deepening, and heart connection, no matter what's going on. Every day we learn and practice something important, and that makes a difference. Join us all this month at the banquet table set to fill your soul. So let's get ready for today's celebration by putting your hands together for the CSL Dallas music team.
Hello. Boom. Yes, here I am. And here you are. Thank you. My name's Deirdre Tinker, and we're going to begin this amazing instrument of peace and love with our purpose statement. So will you join me with, we are radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives. And so it is. Amen. I get to do the announcements, so we'd like to ask that you come this next weekend to see Jamie Lula. He is in the house, or he will be, on April 27th. He'll be here in our sanctuary for a special evening concert. This is sure to be a great evening full of song, inspiration, and community connection. Also, Jamie will be with us that following Sunday for a very special forgiveness workshop. I'm going to breathe on that one because I probably need to be here. This is a great weekend to open up and to explore the blockages that may be holding you back and really get tools to help you through the forgiveness process. So make sure you get your tickets now because they do go up on the day of the event, and you can get registered by visiting csldallas.org, and you can head over to the events page on that website. Now we're going to have our amazing and lovely Brianna come up, and she has something she's going to share with you.
Thanks, Deirdre. I appreciate that. So today I have the very fun privilege of telling you briefly about somebody who is amazing, spectacular, and who we would love to celebrate together. So when you step onto the campus on a Sunday morning or maybe on a Wednesday night, whenever you happen to be here, have you ever noticed how clean this breezeway is, how inviting this space is? This month's everyday hero, Jerry Miller, takes it upon himself to create this welcoming environment. Jerry is a behind-the-scenes superhero who takes care of things most of us just take for granted. Now, as I wax poetic about Jerry prefers to sit in the audience, and we're going to wave at him. He's right over here. I'd like us all, though, to focus our attention on Jerry. Yes, yes, so that we can all, yes, focus our energy and our love over here toward Jerry. So Jerry, every Sunday, he arrives early to pick up the trash, to sweep the breezeways, to ensure that all the trash cans are emptied and offer help in any way that's needed. He donates Sunday snacks. He cleans up and helps in the kitchen. He makes sure that all of our lights are working. He donates his time fixing doors and assisting with setup and cleanup after events. Another one of Jerry's Sacred Service superpowers is being proactive, always keeping an eye on all of our 3 suites maintenance needs and how to repair and ensure that our campus is in most excellent shape and that this sacred environment for all. And as if that were not enough, Jerry is here today and working with Carmen to unload and pull books that have been donated and putting them out in the breezeway so that you can purchase them as we're clearing out our books. So he's constantly in service. So can we please all together give our deep gratitude to Jerry Miller, Sacred Service, hero extraordinaire. Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Jerry. I see him everywhere. He's been everywhere, man. Jerry, thank you so much. Now I'd like to invite up our Journey to Awakening team leader, Julia. She's going to come to the platform and talk a little bit more about our host registrations that are happening this month. So I'm getting to introduce a lot of amazing people. Come on.
Good morning, Dallas. How are you? I'm so excited to be here. Life is so great, isn't it? So much love and happiness. And yeah, we still get the nonsense, but you know, that's all part of life. So anyway, I'm here, but I first want to thank, before I invite, all my prior host people that shared a home study group with me. And so I invite you today to say thank you for all their work, their preciousness, and their due diligence of sharing a home study group. And it's really not that hard. So I invite you today, we have until next week to register as a host. I will be outside with the QR code that you can, it's real simple. But you know what the best part of it is really? It's really about community and sharing with a group of people that come so open-hearted to learn and to be who they are. And if you can accept that, then you have gone over the ladder, as they say. But being a host, you might think, oh, it's going to be so hard. It really isn't. Because let me tell you, CSL Dallas has got it together. I mean, as far as workbook study, videos, everything is in it for you as a host to share. Journey to Awakening. What a journey it has been for me. And so I invite you today to consider, and no, don't even consider, be a part of it. Jump out and jump in, man. That's the only way to do it, because you're going to be surprised. Guess what? It's really that simple. And so, again, I'll be outside. Oh, before I forget, I know he told me to keep it short. If you need Zoom, guess what? CSL Dallas will provide it. So really, it's really very simple. Just show up and be yourself. Share your love, your compassion, and understanding. No judgment, no gossip. None of that makes things evil, and not evil, but uncomfortable, and it doesn't make for true love. So I thank you for your time, and again, don't forget, sign up. I'll be there.
And thank you for reminding us that true love is just here all the time, everywhere, waiting for us. So, whether you're joining us for the first time or have been connected for years, welcome, because we be loving on you. However you found us, we want you to know that you can stay in the know by following us on social media, and you can leave us a Google review and sign up for our weekly newsletter and inspirational text. You can do that by filling out a Connect card, which is in the back, or there's a link on the chat line or at the welcome table on the campus. You can stay connected to all that's happening right now at CSL Dallas. Now we're going to settle into this morning with our music team, Candy, Sharon, Stephanie, and Valerie.
Spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. To the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. Sing that again, please. One more. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world.
Rest in this moment. I, you, we. I am, you are, we are. And still we are all one. We are one humanity. We are one heart. We are one consciousness. That makes the difference on this planet. And what we bring, our heart, our consciousness, is attuned and in alignment to the truths of peace and harmony and love in our collective humanity, in our world, in this moment. When we remember and recognize, I, you, we are all that one, that oneness, that individualized expression of God, of spirit, united in union, in communion with life, with each other. Our experience is collective. Our experience is also individual. It's all one. It resolves back to the one, the peace, the harmony, the love that is our desire, our collective intent. And right here, right now, this moment, this heart and consciousness, we make that difference. We make that choice as an expression of peace and love and harmony. It is as easy as that. We stand united in union. We stand as one collective humanity, a community in that love. We know this is true. We affirm this together by saying, and so it is.
We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world. We're a blessing to the world. You're a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. One, two, 3. I will meet you with my heart, heart to heart. Let us meet again, and change the world with my own two hands, make it a better place with my own two hands, make it a kinder place with my own two hands, with my own two hands, with my own two hands. I can make peace on earth with my own two hands. I can clean up the earth with my own two hands. And I can reach out to you with my own two hands, with my own two hands, with my own two hands. I can make peace on earth with my own. I can make a better earth. I can make a better place with my own two hands, with my own two hands. I can make peace on earth with my own two hands. I can clean up the earth with my own two hands. I can reach out to you with my own two hands, with my own two hands, with my own two hands. Take a breath. I'm gonna make it a better place. I'm gonna make it a safer place. Gonna change everything for the human race with my own two hands. Breath. Stay right there. That's Brad Williams, y'all. Twice. I can change the world with my own two hands, make it a better place with my own two hands. I can bring peace on earth with my own two hands, with my own two hands. Listen, I can comfort you with my own two hands. I can reach out to you, my own two hands. But you've gotta use
everybody. Oh, wow. Do you want to give some more gratitude to Brad and Jonathan and Matt making the music happen right here at CSL Dallas? Woo! Yes, 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 with our own two hands. It's a great song for today. For anyone who doesn't know who I am, my name is Tracy Brown, and I am so pleased to have the honor today to introduce our speakers. We have two speakers coming up for you in the next little bit of time. And guess what? I don't actually have to introduce them to many of you because you think you know who they are. So our speakers today are examples of why it is possible for Reverend Dr. Petra Weldes to go away, because we have so much talent right here in this community. Yes? And so today we get to hear from and be inspired by two of our best, Georgianne Moss and Ryan Brown. Yes, you can applaud again. Because, you know, it's important for them to know you are really, like, ready for them, all right? So I tend to try to keep introductions to, like, maybe three random facts about people, because especially in this case, I could talk for 15 minutes about them, but you want to hear from them, yeah? Yeah, Tracy, be brief. So first, Georgianne Moss. Many of you know her within our community as someone who has been a really active volunteer. She is our immediate past chair of the Core Council, which is the equivalent of our board of directors for CSL Dallas. She's also been a clear example of applying our practices and principles in her own life, because I think she's been married for more than 25 years and they still like each other, right? And then the third thing that I would share is that she is the perfect person to talk to us about our theme today, because she recently retired from Dallas College, and she retired as the senior most executive responsible for sustainability in the Dallas College system. Ryan Brown, you know, either you know him or you know his voice, because you hear it many of the mornings. But Ryan, right here at CSL Dallas, is responsible for our sound, our audiovisual, our marketing, and our communications. And he is excellent at that job. He has expanded our visibility in the Dallas-Fort Worth area by leaps and bounds. But what you may not know about Ryan is that he has done the same thing, helping CSL communities throughout North America and even beyond by being the technical support or hosting practitioners meetings and ministers meetings or gatherings. And he has been invited to teach what he does for us so well in other CSL communities around the globe. And so today he will be tying together our focus and letting us know how we can use technology to support our commitment to making a better world. Please join me in giving a CSL Dallas super welcome to our own special featured guests today, Georgianne Moss and Ryan Brown.
Good morning. So, as you already know, I'm Georgianne Moss. I'm chair of CSL Dallas Sustainability Circle, and I've been asked to speak today because it is the eve of the 54th anniversary of the first Earth Day. And so my husband King always reminds me to define what sustainability is because not everybody uses it the same way. And so my definition of sustainability is ensuring that we leave this earth better than we found it for our children and our grandchildren. It's about the interconnection between equity, the economy, and the environment. And I've been working on and learning about the Earth's environmental challenges for more than 3 decades. And during that time, my approach has changed and evolved. My knowledge base has expanded as scientists have discovered so much more about the greenhouse gases that are heating our planet and how to communicate effectively about climate change, and most importantly, what we can do to stop and reverse the warming. If you have any questions or would like more information about anything I talk about today, please email me. My email will be shown at the end of my presentation. I'd love to talk to you, and we'll spend as much time with you as you want. So, did you know that scientists first discovered the science around global warming in 1828? And they've been growing their knowledge base ever since. In fact, more than 99% of the world's climate scientists agree that climate change is real, it's happening now, it's primarily caused by human activities, and it's not too late to save ourselves. These scientists that I'm talking about, their research is not funded by fossil fuel money, and they are climate scientists who are in some instances taking their life in their own hands to speak truth to people who don't want to hear it. They are my heroes. I used to think that sharing facts with people would change their mind. It does not. So I'm learning, and I am learning, a new way to communicate about climate change. Sadly, though, there are still some people who believe that it's too late to change course and that humankind will suffer immeasurably from it. But that doesn't have to be the story that we live. We can change our thinking and change our lives. So, here's proof that climate solutions that we currently have are working. The United States installed 32 gigawatts of solar energy last year, which is a new record and 51% increase from the year before. Yeah. Oh, there's more. Onshore wind has had its best year on record. In 2023, we added 106 gigawatts, which was a year-over-year increase of 54%. Geothermal, you might not even have heard of that yet. UT Austin recently published a study called The Future of Geothermal in Texas, the Coming Century of Growth and Prosperity in the Lone Star State. So why is this so exciting? It's because geothermal is complementary, not competitive with the fossil fuel industry. And that means they won't be trying to stop it if it's complementary to them. Offshore wind and offshore solar. The offshore wind had its second best year on record ever with 10 gigawatts installed. And there are several companies who are exploring with putting solar panels on water. Okay, so that has several benefits. First of all, floating solar farms aren't occupying our limited land space, which is a concern to some people. They perform better because they stay cooler, and the bodies of water that are shielded by those floating panels evaporate less water, which means it's protecting our water supply. Isn't this exciting? Isn't it exciting how all those things work together? Electric cars. Last year, sales of electric vehicles and hybrids surpassed 16% of the total U.S. light-duty vehicles. That is amazing. I've been driving a hybrid since 2007. People didn't know what it was, and now you see them all over the place. And yes, science shows that even with the mining we have to do for the batteries, that hybrids and electrics are still better for the environment than the combustion engines. So speaking of that, there will be 500,000 new publicly available charging stations by 2030. That means we don't have to have range anxiety anymore. So, and then batteries, UT Dallas is leading a $30 million initiative to boost domestic production of batteries, develop new and better technologies around batteries, and train workers. And then finally, indoor vertical farming means we don't have to ship our lettuce from Salinas, California anymore. It means that it can be grown here in Texas with much less water and much less energy than it costs to ship produce from California or wherever around the world that we change it. So I think those are amazing things. And again, the most important news is it's not too late to stop and reverse the climate crisis. In fact, there's even a book by that title, The Carbon Almanac, It's Not Too Late, and you'll be hearing more about that later. It's the foundational text for the people who join the Sustainability Circle. So don't get me wrong, we've already done so much damage to the climate that it's going to take us decades, maybe centuries, to dig out from where we are. But the best news is we can stop making it worse right now, and things will get better. So change is possible. Do you remember these pictures from the COVID shutdown? We were all amazed at how quickly that we were able to clean up the air quality. And so we can hasten that healing using our CSL principles and practices. So before we talk about that, let's talk about Earth Day, because that's what we're here to talk about today. Many people believe that the environmental movement started when that first picture up there at the top was sent back from the Apollo 8 lunar landing mission. And that's when people realized just how fragile our biosphere is and how interconnected and what a closed system we had. And then 2 years after that, that was 1968, 2 years after that, the first Earth Day was held. And it was truly a global event, and it was spearheaded by a senator from Minnesota. His name was Gaylord Nelson. So within 12 short days, or 12 short years from the first Earth Day, you can see on the screen all of the legislation that was passed, all of the legislation that was passed from that first movement. So just think about this. What would our nation look like right now if we didn't have this legislation, which was spurred by a movement of people who decided to let our politicians know that these things are important to us? What would our earth look like right now if people hadn't been willing to open their mind to new ideas and solutions? So, in my opinion, progress is sometimes slow in the United States because of our collective fear of change. Many people avoid thinking about the climate crisis, and that's completely understandable. The climate crisis is horrifically frightening to think about, and so they choose not to think about it. And that's okay for a while, because it's a coping mechanism. It gives our minds time to think about and wrap our brains around and adjust and regroup. But it only becomes a problem when we get stuck in that thinking. And so here are some examples of stuck thinking around the climate crisis. Maybe you've heard some of these things before. Well, if I commit to live more sustainably, I have to give up things that I love. Or it's inconvenient to live sustainably. Or it costs more to live more sustainably. Or how about, change is bad, I don't like change. Or how many times have you heard this one? The business model is built around the fossil fuel industry and it can't be changed. Or I'm just one person and I can't make a difference. Or this is the most depressing, what if I change and the climate crisis still destroys all of humankind? I will have wasted my time and energy. Okay? So all of these thoughts trace back to fear of change and feelings of powerlessness. And they are false. Right? So they are based on a gigantic, collective lack of imagination by humankind. And I was able to come up with this list pretty easily because all of those things have crossed my mind at one time or another. So don't feel like the Lone Ranger if you've ever thought that, because I thought it too. Fortunately, CSL Dallas people, we are not fearful. We are courageous and we are innovative and we are collaborators. Yes, yes, she said we look forward to change. So, we know that we can change the world by changing our own thinking. We know that Spirit has given us all the tools that we need to create a world that works for everyone and a life that works for me. We don't need to know the hows of how all this is going to happen because Spirit knows. And our job is to use our imagination and our disciplined thinking to create a mental equivalent of what it is we want Spirit to manifest in this world. So here are the tools that we need to use. And we've got plenty of them. These are just my favorites around the climate crisis. So first of all, what is your mental equivalent around a sustainable environment? Spend some time thinking about it, because if you can't imagine it, you're certainly not ever going to be able to enjoy it. When you're doing your spiritual mind treatments, be bold. Claim what you want, and don't think that it's not realistic. Spirit knows how to do it. We just need to clearly focus on what it is we want. You can create your own spiritual mind treatment based on your mental equivalent, or you can use the one that should have been passed out to you today. If it wasn't, we'll get it to you. So this spiritual mind treatment was created by the Sustainability Circle last year. We are a circus sometimes. It was created last year, and our wonderful wordsmith, Fran Morgan, was the one that made the words so elegant. You're gonna love it. We need to invest our limited time and thinking, treating for and visualizing for what we want, rather than wringing our hands and worrying about what we don't want. We've got to treat and move our feet. We've got to remember that small changes and good habits eventually lead to large changes in societal movements. Meditation allows us to connect more deeply with Spirit and remember that there's only one presence and one power in the universe. It's an important tool that helps us overcome our fearfulness and remember that we are part of the oneness that creates everything out of itself, and therefore we are indestructible. Visioning cultivates our consciousness and illuminates our desires. Visioning opens us up to be receptive to the guidance of universal spirit. Sacred study, reading and discussion of sacred writings and contemporary books helps us align our science of mind principles with what it is we need to do. And finally, I added this one at the last minute because I realized that the practice of gratitude is so, so important. I used to be angry and frightened and all of those things about, well, why was I born now? Why wasn't I born, 100 years ago when nobody had to worry about this? And then I realized Spirit put me right here, right now for a reason. And I am so grateful to be able to do meaningful work that I love in this world. It is a joy and a pleasure. So, where do you start? Start making small changes in your own personal life. Take your bags to the grocery store. Carry your water bottle with you everywhere you go. And if you haven't done it already, change all of your light bulbs out to LEDs. This is low-hanging fruit. We can all do this, and the more you do, the more you want to do. Don't stress about making the best choice all the time. Make better choices most of the time, and you're going to be surprised at how much easier it becomes to make better choices all of the time. Don't try to kick all your bad habits at once, because again, it's overwhelming. Instead, make small, intentional changes and practice them every day until they become habits. You'll be surprised at how far you've come in a year. Oh, did I move it? Sorry. Thank you. Again, say aloud your spiritual mind treatment every single day. Take advantage of the tax credits that are available for energy efficiency and for vehicles, energy-efficient vehicles. You can save up to 30% on the purchase of those things and reduce your monthly electric bill. And the other thing is that comes off of your tax bill. It doesn't just take off of your income, your total income. It takes the bottom line off of your tax bill. You can choose the renewable energy option from your retail electric provider. King and I pay $6.95 a month extra in order to get renewable energy, and we consider that to be a wise investment for our children and our grandchildren. We can certainly pay $6.95 a month to help send a signal to the marketplace that renewable energy is important. If you're a climate novice, read the Carbon Almanac. It will tell you everything that you need to know. And this one's really, really important. Listen. We must start listening to other points of view. We must stop blaming and shaming people for their activities and for people who think differently than we do. We must stop using us versus them analogies, win and lose analogies, war and battle metaphors that pit one group against the other and undermine our ability to address climate change. Enemies rarely collaborate. But non-judgmental, curious colleagues can often find that they have similar values, and that makes it much easier to find solutions that work for everyone. Be a climate collaborator who looks for common values that we can agree upon, and then listen respectfully and partner effectively to find new and exciting solutions that support everyone's values. Learn how to tell a new climate story, and that is another book that the Sustainability Circle has on our books to read list, and we can tell you about that later. And then finally, the last thing that I would encourage you to do is join CSL Dallas Sustainability Circle. We meet on the last Monday of every month via Zoom, so it's easy. It's from 7 to 8:30, and we have been looking for a new book that addresses the climate crisis from a spiritual point of view. And the book is by Peter Kalmus, and it's called Being the Change, Live Well, and Spark a Climate Revolution. He is a climate scientist, but you would think he had stepped out of a CSL church in California. It's amazing. We are learning and growing and changing our thinking within a delightful small group of like-minded people. We are releasing false beliefs, and we are unsticking our thinking. Thank you for listening. I am so grateful for this opportunity to share my thoughts with you on the eve of the 54th anniversary of the First Earth Day.
That's right, and I'll leave that slide up for you guys for a second while I get myself situated here, because I need to be front and center, right, Richard? The AV team has successfully landed to the stage. I know most of you guys may or may not remember I used to do really fun skits with Reverend Patty. I was looking through them last night. You guys don't want to see them again. Just pulling up some notes here. So, as Georgianne beautifully explained, there's lots of things that we can do here and now with the physical realm of being sustainable in our own lives and in the global community. But there's another part to this too, because as history has served, technology changes the world too. And it certainly has impacted everybody here at CSL Dallas, whether it's in your job, it's in your personal life, it's checking your phone right now, it's taking a picture of me right now. No? Okay. We'll save that for later. But it has impacted our lives. And I remember when I got here in 2017, how that change started to unfold here. I remember coming to our Wednesday night meditations, and I sat in this room. Actually, we used to do it here in the sanctuary, and Dr. Peacher used to have the whiteboard, And she would write the universal principles on them and go over them. And I'm like, lady, we need to put this on the internet. What are we doing? But the how wasn't there yet. But the need was. And that's where we're at right now. There's a need that's happening in the world. And it's not quite unfolded, just like it wasn't unfolded at that time, right? So what does it take to unfold that need here in our community? Well, it takes a look at what are we doing? Where are we being spiritually fed, right? How do we reach out instead of stay here? There's a part to that. Now, don't get me wrong. Staying here, being here is important. We are a community. But there's people all across the globe who need this information and this technology, called the science of mind, right? Now, how do we get it out there? Well, a couple of ways that we've been doing it here. The Science of Mind class, we started live streaming it, putting it on the internet, and all of a sudden people started reaching out to us and saying, oh my God, this is great, I love this stuff. We started seeing them coming in through our doors because of that. And it's funny because Dr. Peacher said this today, and it was like, oh yeah, really, I can see that. She was saying, as we were reading in the Science of Mind about immortality, ironically, we kind of went off on this tangent, but it was that our beliefs or our thinking affect how we believe. Our beliefs then turn into our habit, which creates our environment and our outpicturing. So if we take that baseline of logic, then these things, these technologies that are coming into our life, what stories do we have created around it, right? And so today, I'm going to focus on artificial intelligence, but by no means does the conversation have to stop there, because there's a lot of things that are unfolding in this world today. So, to kick it off, I wanted to give you this. This is the Chinese room argument, right? Now, back in 1980, a guy by the name of John Searle put this together. He put this together in a piece of paper, published it in physical form back at the time, right? But this was a predecessor to what AI could become. And his claim is a digital computer executing a program cannot have a mind, understanding, or a consciousness. Well, most of the people that I've talked to here in this community and above and beyond, they certainly think AI has a consciousness, right? It seems like it would. But here's what the argument is. Oh, and by the way, I did all the images with AI. You could actually call this a self-portrait, wouldn't you say? And here's the argument, okay? There is a man in a box in this depiction, a robot in a box, which is probably a better depiction. This robot does not know Chinese. It doesn't know it. But it was given a book with one phrase equals another phrase, right? And as you see here on the depiction, there's an input, an output, and then a filing cabinet behind it called resources, right? And this is all an analogy. But the input that's coming in is one of the parts of those phrases. So what does the robot do? It goes, okay, information. I'm going to look here in my book. Ah, this is the most relevant thing. I'm going to send it out. So it's a complete phrase on the other end. Now, the resources that it's given is the framework that it's given, right? It does not know what it does not know. It cannot actively seek to understand past the point of its resources, right? So the real question is it mimicking or is it conscious? And I love this AI-generated person and the parrot. Because it got me thinking about a parrot, right? Is a parrot conscious? I would say so. It has feelings of some sort, but it's mimicking. Does it know English? It could probably repeat a Spanish phrase to you, right? But does it really know English? Can it write a sonnet for you, right? So it's a question that I pose to the audience today. Now, in the future, can there be other things added to the element of AI? Maybe a bigger resource filing cabinet? What about the World Wide Web? What if we just give it all the information? Would it be able to understand that when a baby cries, a mother must go to it? Would it? So all of that to say is that there's good and bad to both. Just like there's good and bad to being on live stream with all you guys. Hi, how you doing? Right? We're exposed more. There's different situations that arise by that exposure, good, bad, or indifferent. It's still going to get us out there more. So is AI. Good, bad, or indifferent, it's here. What do we choose to do with it as a community to enhance our lives, to enhance our relationships? Because I know, I'm looking out here in the audience, how many of you have volunteered for an admin role here? Yeah, see a few of you. Would you have rather spent the time in relationships or have a robot fill out some paperwork for you, right? I'd rather have the robot fill out paperwork for me so I can talk with Julia about all my life problems, right? That's right. So all I'm saying is that these are some things that technology can enhance our life with, but it also can do a lot of other things. So some sustainable uses are in a few of these areas: in healthcare, in education, in accessibility, our economy, public safety, social justice, agriculture, transportation, and research and innovation. It can speed up in those areas exponentially. And the more capability we give it, the better it can find out better solutions for our world. But on that same token, look at what AI did when I said, hey, make a little version of yourself running through the city. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, but it can also be abused, which it is, right? It's the same with electricity. I can cook a warm meal with it, or I can give Reverend Patty a cattle prod to get you in your seat. Right? Which way do we use it is really important. But here are some of the ways that people can abuse this power, and we're starting to see it. But as you're starting to see it, you're being aware of it. You cannot be afraid of the things you become aware of. You can only move forward and treat and move your feet. That's what we teach here. I might be afraid of all of this stuff. I share that with you. But I am open to the conversation too. I'm open to the conversation of how do we look at these things? How do we apply it in an ethical way? And how do we seek to look at these bad things and protect ourselves from it? Especially in areas of like AI-powered cyber warfare. Isn't that interesting, how that's going to change our landscape? Right? It already is. But at the end of the day, it's about change. That's the topic for today. If I change my thinking, it changes my belief. If I can change my belief, my habits change and my environment changes. Each one of you have done that in here with the spiritual practices that you've been taught. Am I right? So how do we change the narrative from fear to faith? How do we change our belief from scare to conviction? How can we put together a community that can walk together through this? We're not alone, right? Just like I have not been alone when I stuck a camera in the room when I got back here in 2017. I had volunteers. Carol Merlot, way there in the back, was one of those people who said, yes, and I'll help you, Ryan, right? I didn't know. But now it's evolved, and it became something that helped our community in the overall, right? So, in looking at being sustainable and looking at best practices, I love the little meditating. Once again, AI created these, not me. So, staying informed, keeping in the loop of what is actually happening in the industry today in an unbiased way, right? For good, bad, indifferent, it's there. Understand it. Protect your data. I had a conversation with my father, and I'm going to say the same thing to you guys. In this day and age, you have to be like a squirrel. You have to hide things in different places. Because if they get into one, they've gotten into all. So it's things like make an email that's attached to your bank account and don't use that email to subscribe to your favorite TV shows and stuff like that, right? So it's about being responsible and breaking things up. And that's real world advice you can take home, right? Demand transparency. These companies make it seem like it's very complicated. I just showed you how complicated AI really is. Remember the robot in the box? Well, we need to demand transparency, we need to demand regulations. The richest people who are in this, the Bill Gates, the Elon Musk, the everybody, they're saying that. We need government to come in with regulations. Let's find the people who are supportive of that and get them installed, because right now, it doesn't have it. Now, I don't believe companies are out there to do malicious things, but again, they're unaware of the capabilities of the technology, especially when you start adding things to it. So it's also engaging in public discussions. Bring it to the forefront. We can talk about it. We can understand it. We can collectively make decisions on how we want to use this in our lives. And, as always, and this is in closing here, I just want to recommend that everybody go inward. Uncover what the fear might be surrounding not just AI, but embracing the changing world. Because once we start to unravel that, we uncover a power that has been there the whole time, right? And that's the power to walk through it. And so I'm going to ask Brad, if you can come up here. I want to walk you through, in closing, just a guided spiritual mind treatment around this. So, as you're willing and able, please close your eyes and join me in a big, deep breath. And as you're breathing out, I want you to remember that this breath connects us to all that we are, all that we love, and all that's here right now. I want you to take another deep breath in. And as you're breathing out true consciousness. Not a man-made consciousness, but the real consciousness. The thing that is continuing to express itself in and through you each and every day. Animating the world in which you live in and ever expanding the cosmos from which we do not know. You are a fractal of this intelligence. This intelligence, by clear design, made you, gave you gifts, gave you talents, gave you opportunity to expand. This intelligence lives through you. This intelligence vibrates from you. All it wants to do is have more joy, more abundance, and life. You are the caretaker of this intelligence, each and every one of you. Your purpose in life is to give your gifts to the fullest capabilities. And as this intelligence shows up for you each and every day with the feeling of gratitude, we can come together as CSL Dallas, as the Dallas Fort Worth, as the world, to claim a more sustainable planet. One where we leave with conviction and love. One where we share ideas, hope, and inspiration. We feed each other through the power of our words, the conviction of our soul, and our belief, a belief in something better. We can change our thinking. We can change these beliefs that limit us and hold us back. We can have a better habit to live in a more sustainable environment that we all can collectively benefit from. And I'm so grateful for that gift. I'm so grateful for that awareness of that gift. And I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you, because you belong, you matter, and you, with me, can do it. And so in this gratitude and in this moment, I want you to breathe in with me and feel that life force energy that's always been and always will be, that connects us, each and every one of us. And in your mind's eye, I want you to picture a part of the world that you can help today. And in your mind's eye, I want you to say yes. Yes to that thing that lies within you that is calling you forward to that. And in your mind's eye, say thank you for that gift. And if you're like me, I want you to claim it by saying, and so it is.
Well, thank you. Oh, am I on? Is this on? No? Well, I can speak loudly enough with the help of the mic. I just want to say thank you, Ryan and Georgianne, for caring and sharing that with us, for caring enough about us to share that with us in all of the change that we have, because that is what's constant. And I love knowing the facts. So thank you for allowing me to do with them what I can, and I will. So thank you for that. And if you're with us for the first time, or not with us for the first time, if you're in this room, I already did that, or you're online, you have the opportunity to give generously to the work that we do here at CSL Dallas. And this work works, and we say that with TSRW, this stuff really works. So when you share your gifts, pledges, and tithes, you feel the flow, because it'll show. I'm sorry I had to do this, because it's kind of for Ryan. You feel the flow, it'll show, it'll grow, and it'll return to you tenfold. No? Okay. Anyway, let's begin by affirming our abundance together, which is on the screen now. So, I know that all the good there is belongs to me. I gratefully claim all of my good right here and right now. CSL Dallas is an abundant, prosperous, loving community. Our community is growing and expanding all the time, and so it is. And so it is. Okay, so today, after our celebration, you can learn to gain more balance in your life with a workshop hosted by Carol Merlot. Carol, girl, fly that hat up there. And it is called Life Balance Mastery, Navigating Time, Energy, and Mindset. And it all starts at 1 o'clock. So this is a hybrid class, and you'll be given tools and techniques to help balance your life and to really become in alignment with your highest good. If you haven't already signed up, you can sign up instantly by going to the events page on csldallas.org. And by instantly doing that, you are navigating the path of the time, energy, and mindset already. Your little seminar has already begun, and so it is. And again, it begins at 1 o'clock today. Tomorrow, which is Monday, you can join others on an amazing and mesmerizing Earth Day Labyrinth Walk as we set this conscious intention for the well-being of our planet. This amazing moving meditation begins at 7 p.m., and if you've never walked a labyrinth, our remarkable ritual team will offer guidance for this sacred experience. You can RSVP for that by visiting csldallas.org. Now, if you want to get a fundamental understanding of the laws of the universe and how they apply to your life consciously and unconsciously, then you'll want to make sure to get registered for the Universal Spiritual Practices and Principles course starting May 2nd. This hybrid class will give you a basic framework for what Ernest Holmes describes in his Science of Mind in the book and with this philosophy, and it happens over the course of 5 weeks. Discover not only what the law of cause and effect really is, but how it plays a huge role in the outpicturing of your life. Learn tools that will help you understand these principles and really start a conscious practice of applying them in the various areas of our lives and your life. Register now by visiting our education section on the website. And now I get to bring up and introduce another amazing person, our divine dining diva, Janice Cook. She's going to tell us what's cooking, Janice Cook, with our divine dining program.
Good morning. I'm Janice, and I am the team lead for Divine Dining, which is a wonderful fundraiser that we do at CSL Dallas. And we are so grateful for everybody that has so far participated. So if you've already bid, you may have noticed that there's something a little bit glitchy in the auction site, but that's okay, because I've printed out some paper auctions. Sorry, not very sustainable. I've printed out some paper bidding sheets, and you're welcome to come and see me in Pankey Hall afterwards. Bid low, bid high. We have many, many wonderful offerings, and we'd like to see them all supported. You don't have to just go to one dinner. You can go to like all of them, or you could go you could go to 5 of them like I am, and we just get a chance to get together as community and have a wonderful time. So please come and see me. If you found yourself on that auction site and it looks like the bids are like super high, I have a solution for you. Come and see me in Pankey Hall after service, and I'll look forward to seeing you. I look forward to seeing everybody at one or many of these wonderful dinners. And I thank Georgianne and Ryan for this wonderful message about sustainability, because I know that I could do better. And so it just reminds me that to take those small steps to do better. Okay, thank you.
And thank you all for being with us today. Our practitioners are here for your spiritual support, and you can receive a powerful spiritual mind treatment after the celebration today. And for those of you who are in person, you can just walk across the breezeway to the Peace Room, which is located right next to the elevator. And for those of you online, there's a link that's being posted in the chat, and our practitioners are waiting for you via the Zoom room. We also have an opportunity for you to meet our artist of the month today. Her name is Paula Holland. Are you here, Paula? there she is. Hi. Yay. You can meet her across the breezeway in Pankey Hall. She's been showcasing her artwork all month, and today is the day to find that perfect piece for your home or as a special gift. So now join me as we stand to sing with our music team and sing our way out of here.